What's up, everybody? It's Uncle Chrissy. I want to thank you for tuning in to TLDR once again. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. It's a combination of a series of tweets and blogs I wrote. We're going to talk about some Shopify drops that took place over the course of the past couple of weeks, I guess month, maybe a little bit more. So I think a lot of you know that I like to do drop recaps, especially about these real big Shopify boutique drops that take place. So today we're going to get into the Crenshaw Skate Club, the Union BBS Jordan 1 drop, as well as Supreme. Now, everybody knows the Shopify drops are almost impossible to hit manually. There are some sites that you can have some success on. There's a little bit of a jig for Undefeated that helps you get through and cop some pairs from them. But for the most part, they're really, really hard. So I've always recommended to people that they just completely stay away from Shopify drops. These boutique drops are absolutely botted to no end, and it's just not worth the time and headache. But over the course of the past, a little over a month, I think, we've seen some new developments from Shopify. We've seen some improvements. It started with the Crenshaw Skate Club, the Dunks, the SBs that dropped. So the way that one went down was that Crenshaw had posted on their Instagram page that the drop would be coming soon. They put up a password page on the website, and then I think it was almost an hour before the drop was actually scheduled to take place, they posted the password for the page. People that were on it, people that had alerts turned on for their Instagram, grabbed the password right away, jumped in the queue, and got on it. What did this do? This caught bots off guard. Nobody was ready for it. Nobody was set up. It wasn't supposed to happen for another hour, so you had to be paying attention in that moment. Now, once you got to the page, you carded, they added another wrinkle, a 2FA. Once you got to the cart, you had to submit your email address. They emailed you a code. You needed that code to actually get into the checkout queue to be able to cop your pairs. If you were like me and chose the Apple Pay, because that's always one of the better options to use, it gets you on the Apple servers and you do pretty much just one click, no entering anything, easy breezy. But that failed us miserably that day. That bypassed the 2FA and stuck you in a perma queue. You just got spinning and spinning and spinning. No luck, no end. So overall, that was a really, I thought, innovative and kind of analog way to combat bots. They did the shock drop, caught people off guard, and then they had the 2FA. I saw 0 bot checkouts for that drop. So prop to them, Crenshaw. I know not everybody was happy about it. Everybody said, oh, the timing was wrong, this, that. You're not going to please everybody. There's no way, no how to ever please everybody. They tried something new, and I say hats off to them. Props, it worked. You guys did a fine job. Next up was Union. Union has had a bit of a history for doing domain changes. They've always done rather well for manual releases. I've been able to get some pairs off there myself. I was able to get the Passport Dunks. And what a domain change is when they load the website, they have the product page. When you click on it, it launches you to a completely different website. So that way the bots don't know what site you're going to, and they can't have their program or their script written to be able to get that pair into cart. Some bots have evolved to be able to detect those things and mitigate them, but not all of them. But what Union did was very innovative. So they did the typical domain change. A lot of people had that link the night before, so people knew what it was. But they added a human pass, which was a $0 item, and you had to have it in your cart in order to be able to check out. It looked just like the Jordan 1, and you couldn't go anywhere without it. I personally went through the drop just to kind of see how it was going to go down for research purposes. I wasn't interested in the shoe, so I didn't really cop it for myself. But when I saw that thing in the cart myself, I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Did I get 2 pairs in the cart accidentally? But I saw the $0 and 0 cents. That got you to the checkout queue. Easy breezy. Again, no bots were prepared for that. So these last 2 drops, we saw some really, really innovative things that, I mean, they don't seem that crazy to me. They don't seem like any sort of, rocket science. Like it didn't have Elon Musk in there to try to figure something out. But it was very innovative and very, very effective at combating bots. That brings us up to Supreme, the Rammellzee Dunks. This was a different one. Supreme has always had their own e-commerce platform, and I think it was before last season they switched over to Shopify. This was their first real big hype drop with Shopify, so nobody really knew what was going to happen. Nobody had any idea what to expect. Supreme has had some success with some tricky things in the past where they do like an add to cart challenge. You have to hold down to complete the circle. That one I think they did for the By Any Means Dunks, and we were hoping for something like that. We were hoping they did something new, something innovative. We know that Shopify can do it from the previous two dunks, but unfortunately, Supreme was a little bit of a letdown for manual users. So what they did was absolutely nothing. They really didn't do anything different. They did just your standard CAPTCHA, add to cart, go to checkout, enter your CAPTCHA, get through the queue. The only thing they did that really helped manual users was reset the queue. So a lot of people, a lot of botters actually were able to get through the queue at 56, 57 minutes on the hour, and that queue was starting to build. Manual users kind of freaked out, but what happened is right at 11, when the shoes dropped, that queue reset. So anybody that had gotten through the queue had to go back through it again. It didn't matter if you got through it already. I was able to get this pair for myself. This was a big priority for me this year. And what I did was a good old-fashioned sock jig. So I went through, put a pair of socks in my cart, went to the checkout screen, entered all my shipping information, which was big because you do have to click one by one. And their platform, it isn't the fastest getting through for autofill. So I entered in all my shipping information. I went back to the shoes page, refreshed it right at 11, add to cart, checkout. Took a couple seconds for the credit card information to load. I entered that in, processed my payment, and was done before 11:01. So overall for me, the drop took less than 60 seconds. I think it was probably about 45 cover to cover, but I was prepared for it. I had the link, I refreshed it, it was good to go. But was a little bit disappointed in Supreme because bots just pillaged that drop. I saw multiple botters hit clips of 10, 20, 30, 40 pairs. Lots and lots and lots of bot success. There was some manual success, absolutely. I saw some people hit, but bots murdered that hop. And it's a little bit disappointing because we learned from Crenshaw and Union that Shopify can't do it. They have the capabilities, they got smart people in place, they can innovate, they can come up with new ways to do things. So what that tells me is that unfortunately Supreme just didn't want to. They either didn't want to make the investment to have some additional features in place, or they just didn't care. That's kind of sad to see, but honestly not that surprising, because when they were bought out by VF Corp for, I think it was $2 billion, that comes with some big responsibilities. That comes with corporate demands to make sales goals, et cetera, et cetera. I think in the first couple quarters of this year, they were down drastically. They missed their goals, so they got to do what they got to do. So they're not spending any more money on bot protection and guaranteeing sell-outs by letting them do what they do. But overall, I got to say hats off to Shopify. I changed my tune on y'all a little bit. I think there's definitely, for these collab drops where you guys do special releases, absolutely, there's definitely some chances for manual success. So props to Crenshaw, props to Union, props to Shopify for making it happen. Really, really happy to see the way that this was able to come together. And tune in for the next time. I'm Uncle Chrissy. Drop me a follow on Twitter at Uncle_Chrissy. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back with more episodes of TLDR and more stuff coming to you real soon. Peace. Thank you so much.